Hi, my dear friend. This is Lety. Before we begin our gentle story today, I want to send you my warmest thoughts and a little prayer for peace and safety. You might have noticed that I have not released a new episode for the past 2 days. It was not because I forgot you, not because I was tired of this gentle community, not because I lost my way, but because where I live, we just experienced the biggest storm in the last 20 years. The winds were wild. The rain was endless. And for a moment, it felt like the whole world stopped. Trees fell. The power was out. Everyone was worried. Everyone stayed close together, but after the storm, when the first gentle light of day returned, I realized something. How precious our lives are. How fragile and yet strong we are. How sometimes nature itself teaches us to pause, to take a breath, to remember what really matters. And now, as the skies clear and the world begins to heal, I am back here sitting by my window with my microphone and my heart to talk to you again. I pray that everyone is safe. I pray that your loved ones are protected. I pray that even in the storms of life, you find a little bit of peace and hope. So today, as I return, I want to offer you a story about another kind of gentle storm, a story about the art of saying no, a simple word, but one that can change your life, one that can bring you back to your own calm, your own healing. Even when the world around you feels loud and wild, maybe you have found it hard to say no. Maybe you worry about disappointing people or being seen as selfish or missing out on opportunities. Maybe you say yes. Even when you want to say no just to keep the peace, just to be liked, just to avoid awkwardness or guilt, maybe you give and give until you feel empty, until your energy is gone, until you wonder if there is anything left for yourself. If that sounds familiar, you are not alone. I want you to know that saying no is not a rejection of others, but a gentle embrace of yourself. It is not about closing your heart, but about opening your life to what really matters. Saying no can be an act of courage, of healing, of trust in yourself and your own needs. Let's begin our journey together. Take a slow breath with me, in and out. Let your shoulders drop. Let your mind rest, let your heart open. Just a little bit. Imagine you are sitting here with me. The storm is over. There is a soft light through the window. Maybe you can hear the birds outside. Maybe you can smell the earth after the rain. This is our safe space. When I was younger, I thought being kind meant always saying yes. I said yes to every invitation, every request, every favor, every extra job, every message late at night. I thought if I said no, people would be disappointed or angry, or would think I was selfish or lazy. I wanted to be loved, to be included, to be useful, so I filled my days with things for others. I put everyone's needs before my own, until I didn't know what my own needs were anymore. But slowly, gently, I began to feel tired, not just sleepy, but tired in my bones, tired in my spirit. I woke up each day feeling already behind, already anxious, already worrying about how to please everyone else. My yes became automatic, but my heart was nowhere in it. Then one day, after a long week of saying yes to everyone but myself, I stood in front of the mirror and did not recognize the person looking back at me. I saw someone who was kind, yes, but also someone who was lost, someone who was shrinking, who was slowly fading away. I asked myself, is this the life I want? Do I want to be a ghost in my own story, or do I want to show up fully, honestly, for myself and for the people I love? That was the first time I truly asked myself what it would mean to say no. Gently, not as an act of rebellion, not as a wall, but as a doorway to a life that feels true. Saying no is not just about refusing requests. It is about making space for your own needs, your own dreams, your own peace. It is about honoring your boundaries, your energy, your time. It is about trusting that you're allowed to exist, to rest, to be yourself, even if that means disappointing others sometimes. Why is it so hard for us to say no? Maybe because we are taught that our value comes from being useful, from being agreeable, from being always available. Maybe because we fear rejection, or loneliness, or losing love. Maybe because we want to avoid conflict, or because we think our needs are less important than everyone else's. But my friend, your needs are not a burden. Your dreams are not too much. Your boundaries are not selfish. You are allowed to have limits, to have preferences, to say yes to yourself, even if it means saying no to others. Let's practice a gentle reflection. Close your eyes for a moment and ask yourself, when was the last time I said yes? When my heart wanted to say no, how did that feel? Where did I feel it in my body? Maybe in your chest, or your stomach, or your throat. Now imagine saying no gently, kindly. Honestly, what does that feel like? Is there relief, or fear, or guilt? Or maybe even a little spark of freedom? The art of saying no begins with listening to yourself, learning to notice the small signals your heart sends. Maybe your breath gets shallow, or your shoulders tense up, or you hear a quiet voice inside saying, I don't want this. Sometimes the signals are so soft, you miss them at first. That's okay. The more you practice, the clearer they become. Saying no does not have to be loud or dramatic. You don't have to explain, defend, or apologize for your boundaries. You can be gentle. You can be kind. You can use soft words and a warm voice. You can say, I'm not able to do that right now. Or, thank you for thinking of me, but I need to rest, or that doesn't work for me this time. If you want to practice your English, here are some gentle ways to say no. Thank you for inviting me, but I'll have to pass this time. I appreciate the offer, but I can't commit right now. I need some time for myself today, so I'll say no. But let's connect another day. I'm focusing on some personal things at the moment, so I can't help this time. You can practice these sentences out loud, or write them in your journal, or even role play with a friend. The more you say them, the easier they become. Sometimes people will be surprised or disappointed when you say no. That's natural. Maybe they are used to you always saying yes, always being available, always taking care of everything. Maybe your no challenges their own expectations or forces them to face their own boundaries, but your job is not to manage other people's feelings. Your job is to be honest and kind with yourself. You can't pour from an empty cup. You can't be truly present for others if you are always abandoning yourself. Let me tell you a story about my friend, Anna. Anna is the kindest person I know. She's always helping, always listening, always giving more than she has. One day, after months of saying yes to every request at work, to every family favor, to every friend in need, Anna found herself crying in her car, exhausted and overwhelmed. She told me, I feel like I have nothing left, but I don't know how to stop. I don't want to let anyone down. I asked her, what would happen if you said no just once? Just for today. She was scared. But she tried it. She said no to one extra task at work, no to one social event, no to one late-night phone call, she felt guilty at first. But then she felt something else. Space to breathe, to rest, to listen to her own heart. Over time, Anna learned that saying no did not make her less kind, less loved, or less valuable. It made her more present, more honest, more alive. The people who really cared about her understood, even admired her courage. Those who didn't, well, maybe it was time to let them go. We all have an inner Anna, a part of us that wants to help, to belong, to be loved. But love is not just about saying yes. Love is about truth, about boundaries, about honoring yourself as much as you honor others. If you are listening to this and thinking, but Lety, if I say no, people will leave me or think I'm rude, or I'll miss out on something important. I hear you. I have felt those fears too. But what if the things and people you lose by saying no are not meant for you? What if every no you say creates space for a bigger, deeper yes? Yes to your health, your dreams, your peace, your purpose. Let's try a little shadowing practice together. Repeat after me, slowly, softly. Like a gentle promise to yourself. I am allowed to say no. I am allowed to rest. I am allowed to put myself first. Sometimes I am worthy of love. Even when I have boundaries, you can write these in your journal or whisper them before you sleep, or speak them out loud whenever you need courage. The gentle art of saying no is really the art of coming home to yourself. It is the art of honoring the small voice inside, the quiet wisdom of your own heart. Sometimes saying no is the most loving thing you can do for yourself and for others. When you say no to things that drain you, you make space for things that fill you up. When you say no to people who take you for granted, you make space for people who see and respect you. When you say no to old habits, you make space for new growth, new possibilities, new joy. Saying no is not the end. It is the beginning of something more honest, more meaningful, more real. Let's pause and take a gentle breath together, in and out. Imagine your life 1 year from now. If you learned the gentle art of saying no, what would be different? What would you have more of? You have more of time, energy, peace, creativity, freedom, joy. Who would you become if you want? Take out your journal and write a letter to your future self. Tell them about the things you are saying no to today and the things you hope to say yes to in the future. You can begin. Dear future me, I am learning to say no to what does not serve me, so I can say yes to what truly matters. I hope you are proud of me. I hope you are living a life that feels true and free and full of gentle love. You can write this in English or in your own language, or both. Keep it as a reminder of your courage. Some people may try to make you feel guilty for having boundaries. They may say you have changed, or that you are not as available as before, but your growth is not for them. Your healing is for you. You're not responsible for keeping everyone happy. You are not required to be everything to everyone. You are allowed to be a whole person with needs, limits, and dreams of your own. Let's try another English practice. Gentle ways to say no. For different situations, when a friend invites you out but you are tired, thank you for inviting me, but I need a quiet night in to recharge. When a coworker asks for help, but you have too much on your plate, I wish I could help, but I'm at my limit this week. Maybe next time. When family pressures you to do something you don't want, I appreciate your trust in me, but I need to focus on myself right now. When someone keeps asking after you already said no, I really can't this time. Thanks for understanding. The more you practice, the more natural it will feel. If you struggle to say no out loud, start by practicing in writing. Send a gentle message. Or even write a script for yourself and read it before you respond. Over time, you will find your own voice. Remember, every no is also a yes to your health, your time, your dreams, your real self. Let's pause again and breathe in and out. If you are afraid of missing out, remember this: what is truly meant for you will not pass you by. The right people, the right opportunities, the right joy will wait for you. Will respect your boundaries, will fit into your life with kindness. Not pressure. You do not need to say yes to everything to have a good life. You only need to say yes to what brings you closer to your heart, your purpose, your peace. Sometimes saying no is how you learn what you truly want. When you let go of the things that do not fit, you discover what does. Think of your life as a beautiful garden. If you plant every seed you are given, you will have a wild mess, but if you choose carefully, if you tend to your favorite flowers, if you pull the weeds and make space for sunlight, your garden will bloom in its own gentle way. You are the gardener of your life. You are allowed to choose what you plant, what you water, what you let grow. Let's try a little visualization together. Close your eyes, if you like, and picture yourself walking through a peaceful garden. What do you see? What do you feel? What do you want more of? Are there places that need more space, more light, more care? Are there old plants or weeds you're ready to say goodbye to? Imagine yourself gently clearing the space, making room for new growth with every no. You are saying yes to something more beautiful. Breathe in and out. Your life belongs to you if you want. Make a no list in your journal, things you're ready to let go of. Habits or people or requests or beliefs that no longer fit your life. Then make a yes list. The things you want to invite in, the dreams, the habits, the friendships, the quiet mornings, the joyful moments. You do not need anyone's permission to live your own life. If people truly love you, they will honor your no as well as your yes. Sometimes the gentlest thing you can do for the world is to show others what healthy boundaries look like. You become an example of self-respect, of honesty, of healing. Let's try another gentle affirmation. Together, I am learning to say no without guilt. I am learning to say yes without fear. I am allowed to protect my peace. I am proud of my boundaries. Say these whenever you feel doubt. Saying no may feel hard at first, especially if you have spent your life being a people pleaser. But with every gentle step, it becomes easier. Your confidence grows. Your energy returns. Your life feels more like your own. You deserve a life that feels true to you. You deserve relationships that respect your limits. You deserve to rest, to heal, to grow, to be yourself. If you are struggling, know that you are not alone. So many gentle souls are learning this art day by day. Moment by moment, our community is here for you. You are always welcome in this space. As we come to the end of today's story, let's reflect together. What is one thing you are going to say no to? This week, what is one thing you are going to say yes to? For yourself, write it down, say it out loud, tell a friend, or just whisper it in your heart. Take a deep breath, in and out. You are so brave for listening, for reflecting, for trying something new. The gentle art of saying no is really the art of loving yourself. You are allowed to rest. You are allowed to heal. You are allowed to choose. Thank you for sharing this quiet moment with me. Thank you for trusting me with your heart, your time, your story. I am grateful for you, for your courage, for your presence. If this podcast gave you comfort, please share it with someone who needs to hear it. Subscribe to Lety's English podcast for more gentle stories, healing tips, and positive English learning. Leave a comment. Send a message. Let me know how you're practicing the art of saying no in your own life. You are not alone. You are loved. May you be safe. May you be well. May your heart be gentle, even after every storm. This is Lety, with all my love. Goodbye for now.